What's going on today? I'm cutting the floor with my grinder, getting ready for the sewer drain, and I'm wearing a dust mask and earplugs, got a safety shield and some gloves. This is pretty messy in here. Here we go. Yeah, this haze. There's the grinder down here. A 4-inch grinder with a 4.5-inch blade, so I had to take the guard off. But it's cut like butter. It can be wet or dry. Oh, I'm adding water. It really helps when there's water in the trench. It's making a hell of a mess. I've got most of the stuff covered, trying to keep the dust out of the rest of the house. So anyway, there's a 4.5-inch diamond blade on there. So my Makita 4-inch grinder, and it's doing a good job. I'm going down in as far as I can. So, okay, demolition started. Well, I got the 70-pound Makita electric jackhammer. Works pretty good. I'm getting down into the rebar area. Got a couple helpers here with me today. What I'm doing is this, as we get the big stuff out, throw it in the bucket, and it goes outside here to this drum. And it's going pretty well. It's not real dusty or anything. Good thing, because it looks like my plastic moved. Okay, so this is working pretty good. One thing you want to remember is when you start out with a jackhammer, it's not to go too deep. Just break the surface, otherwise it gets stuck, and that's a real pain trying to pull it back out. There's some good work there. I think we got all the concrete out of the way, but we want to make sure before we take the machine back. My son's doing a great job. Got it down to a dirt level. Concrete was only about between 2 and 4, I'd say mostly 2 inches. It's just pea gravel in there, and old looser stuff around the drain. And I had to get the grinder out, cut off some of that rebar. So I got a couple more pieces to do right around here to make sure I get enough room that I can work cut off that pipe later. There you go. 4.5-inch grinder did a lot of work for me today. Just cut this off and left about 1.5 to 2 inches from off of there. And here's the really good news, is that this fits. So I can put some sealer down in there. I'm going to clean that up a little bit around the edges. And it'll be a nice tight fit. I lucked out, I don't have to use a boot. I got plenty of space, it's down in far enough. And I've got this, I bought a piece of 4-inch drain pipe that I can cut off any length I want, and then this toilet adapter thing will fit right in there. So everything's going to go great, and we're all set to run our. All right, just get my piping laid out here for the shower drain, and I've got my pitch. It's supposed to be 1/4 inch per foot, and I've got that easy. And right now it's just laid out. I haven't glued it in, but that'll be the next step. I got some kind of epoxy putty that's supposed to stick to every freaking thing. And also for those drain tiles, I got a couple of these couplings. That doesn't really have to be hooked in. They were just laid in next to each other. I guess the idea is to take most of the water away. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll throw a little sealant around there just to be on the safe side. That back one had cracked a little, so I put the sleeve over that, and that seems like it's going to work pretty good. Got her all plumbed up now, all sealed and everything. I tested it with some water. Got my center mark there, and I'm putting the crushed stone and gravel and sand back in the pit up to where you see the plastic vapor barrier, and I'll add some new plastic over the top. Be ready for the concrete. Got plenty of this crushed gravel and a whole 55-gallon drum sitting outside of that. So I'm ready to start mixing up some concrete and fill in. I brought the stone level up about 3.5 inches deep below the plastic vapor barrier. It's 80-pound concrete with fiberglass reinforcement, so I won't need the wire mesh that was underneath this before. Hopefully I can get away with 2 bags, but about 3 just to be on the safe side. If I need more than that, it could be trouble. So I'm going to tape these off with some kind of masking tape or something around there just to keep them clean. And time to get started. It's about maybe an hour and a half later, and I really lucked out. My 3 bags of concrete mix worked out very well. Filled in great. So we just let this dry, so I can now proceed, and I'm putting the floor down for the bedroom while we wait for the shower basin to arrive in the end of the month. Here the concrete continues to dry out, and what I've done now is I've laid down some plastic on the floor where I'm going to be putting the simulated wood floor. So got all that freaking tar covered up that has been a problem with getting all over the house. Stuff's been there since 1965 and it's still sticky. Amazing. Alright, started the floor project. Used an oscillating saw to get up underneath the all the door frames. You place a piece of your flooring up next to it, set the oscillating saw on there, and let her rip, and she cuts up underneath there, so your wood will slide right up underneath. Then you get over to the opposite side, and you got this molding, that one, and you have to try and fit the flooring together. I picked this up at Harbor Freight today because I had a Sears one. It wasn't worth a crap, so I bought this one at Harbor Freight. What a great tool. The one I had from Sears was a battery powered one, and it overheat and stop all the time. This one comes with a couple of blades. It was $39. Money well spent. I bought an additional hardwood blade, which was a good move because I've got some oak trim, and that's hard. This, oh yeah, I'm using a Pergo XP. Let's see, I don't know if it'll see that. And I think this is some kind of a hickory look. I thought it would be a nice transition from the other flooring. Didn't do too bad. I wish I'd come in about 1/4 inch more underneath, but that's what they make filler for. Otherwise, it's coming along good. I ended up pulling this trim piece up. The glue was breaking away anyway, so I'll just re-glue that. So this is going real well. This is pretty much a straight cuts. Tricky part might be getting into the closet over here. I have to go the other direction, so that's going well. The thing is with this dark stuff is it chips out a little bit once in a while, and you notice it. But it also fills in nicely with a regular pencil, like the one I'm using to measure with. And when you do get a little chip, I can't even see them now. I just colored them in with the pencil, and they disappear. Right there. It looks worse on camera than it does in person. Yeah. I do have that chip, so maybe I can glue that back in. That's the worst one. And I'm not quite sure why that chipped out like that. But they show up better on the dark floor than they do on a light floor.